Cruise news time, and we've got a lot. Tropical Storm Nicole, threatening the southern coast of Florida, has altered the itineraries of several cruises. We have a couple cruise lines that are delaying the delivery of their newest cruise ships. Carnival Celebration's gotten a brand new flag. We also have a cruise port deciding to limit the amount of cruisers in their town. Virgin Voyages did it. They set the world's record, and well, yesterday was a big day for me as I had the biggest Powerball winning session ticket that I've ever had. Guess how many numbers I hit and what it paid out. Cruise news and my views. Let's talk about it. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Lido, Loca. I'm your host, Tony, here with the latest cruise news and views for your face for Wednesday, November. November it is, November the 9th, 2022. Yesterday, I think I said it was September. I don't even know what month it is. It is November. We're getting closer to Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving. Oh, what yummy things are seen. Cranberry sauce. That's weird, the stuff that sticks in your head from middle school. What's your favorite side dish at Thanksgiving? Fun fact, and this one used to drive my beautiful grandmother crazy, I prefer stovetop stuffing over homemade dressing or stuffing. Do you like something that's out of a box better than something homemade? Is it just me? Leave a comment below. Cruise news story number 1, Hurricane Nicole is threatening the southern coast. The southern coast of Florida. She will be making landfall today. And ironically, here we are again. The projected path of this hurricane has it coming straight through Spring Hill, Florida, where I live. Should be an interesting afternoon here. But of course, not only are the towns in the path of this hurricane impacted, there are also some cruise ships and cruise ship itineraries that have been impacted by Tropical Storm Nicole. The Carnival Liberty skipped a planned visit to Nassau yesterday and is instead heading over to Cozumel today. The Carnival Elation also changed its course, visiting Freeport in the Bahamas instead of Princess Cay. The Disney Dream also changing its itinerary, skipping a stop at Castaway Cay, instead spending the day at sea. And also the Disney Wish had to change its itinerary, opting to visit Cozumel today instead of Nassau yesterday. Likewise, Norwegian Cruise Line also had to make changes for 2 of its ships. The Norwegian Getaway skipped its stop at its private island in the Bahamas. Norwegian Prima skipping its stop at the Great Stirrup Cay private island in the Bahamas, staying at sea, going elsewhere. It's still hurricane season, the very end of it. Jason, June, July, August, September, October, November. Seemingly most of the activity happening in the August, September, October, and November months. And so hopefully we're wrapping this up and we will see a ceasing or a lessening of the storms in the Caribbean, in the Atlantic Ocean. But yeah, it's not done yet. Hurricane Nicole getting ready to go visit Buc-ee's. I don't know that there's a Buc-ee's in the path of... either way, going to come across the state, maybe go to Wawa here in Florida. Are you in the path of the storm today? Are you on one of these cruise ships? Leave a comment below. Cruise news story number 2 harkens back. Already harkens back to cruise news story number 1. Do you remember 12 seconds ago when I mentioned the NCL Prima? Well, there's supposed to be a new NCL Prima Plus class cruise ship coming out in 2024. Well, Norwegian Cruise Line has come out and said they're not going to make that schedule. There was supposed to be one Prima Plus cruise ship coming out every year starting in 2024 until they got to 2027. Well, again, it's not going to happen in 2024, citing supply chain issues. Instead, they're going to double up in 2026. So you're going to get 1 Prima Plus cruise ship in 2025, 2 Prima Plus class cruise ships in 2026, and 1 Prima Plus class cruise ship in 2027. So there's still 4 more coming. They're just delaying it a year because of supply chain and such. I'm getting a little bit excited. We're trying to decide now whether to leave Sunday and go to Miami on Sunday, get up and get on the Prima on Monday, or just risk it for the biscuit. Just get up very early on Monday and drive to the cruise port. Miami's a long haul for 4.5, 5 hours, 6 hours, depends on traffic, how slow we drive, how many stops we make. I think at that 6-hour mark, we'd almost rather go the day before. It is the safest thing to do. And yeah, I think we're probably going to go over there. But we haven't decided whether we're going to stay at one of our favorite spots in Fort Lauderdale or go on down to Miami. The decisions are being made here behind the scenes. I don't know. But yeah, I think we're going to go over there. But looking forward to getting on the NCL Prima on Monday. And now I go with the knowledge that this will be the only Prima Plus cruise ship all the way until 2025. So how about that? Yeah, it's going to feel exclusive. There'll be some exclusivity to it. Have you been on the Prima yet? Do you plan to go on the Prima? Leave a comment below. Cruise news story number 3. Let's talk about Cunard. We don't talk about Cunard quite enough. You know, they have those traditional ocean liner type ships. I'm afraid to say cruise ship and ocean liner in the same phrase because there's some fanatical people out there that'll freak right out. Look, there is a new cruise ship set to debut in the future. Set to debut in the future from Cunard. It's called the Queen Anne, and she was set to be on the scene in early 2024. Well, she has been delayed, and guess why? Supply chain issues has delayed the debut of the Queen Anne, pushing it from early 2024 to May of 2024, which still seems like early 2024 to me. What are we talking about, January to May? Either way, the next ship in the Cunard fleet will be on the scene in 2024. The Queen Anne will be joining the Queen Mary II, the Queen Victoria, and the Queen Elizabeth, making it 4 ships. 4 ships for Cunard. How about that? Look, I know I got to expand some of my cruising to some of these traditional, more fancy lines, I guess we could say. That might be an interesting plan to try to get on the Queen Anne in early 2024 out of Southampton. Maybe. Do you have any desire to sail on Cunard? Have you sailed on Cunard? What's your experience? Leave a comment below. Cruise news story number 4. Well, it's not a surprise, but it happened. The citizenry of Bar Harbor, Maine, Bar Harbor, has decided to limit the amount of cruise tourists they want in their city. The measure passed by 58% to 42% of the 3,000 people voting. And they want to limit in the peak season, in the peakiest peak season, the peakiest days of the peak season there in Bar Harbor in the summer. They only want to allow 1,000 cruise passengers into the town. And well, with a number like 1,000, they're essentially shutting off some of the largest cruise ships that can visit Bar Harbor. Yeah, the 1,000 almost means like don't come here at all for some cruise ships. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. Bar Harbor, I always wanted to go there. I thought the name was cool. I thought the way it sounded was cool, and it's in Maine. And so, maybe I'll have to go there by land. I don't know, but it's always sad. But I understand citizens wanting to keep their town, whatever they want to keep it, and so you can't push back against the will of the people. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the cruise lines respond. Bar Harbor, you're breaking my heart today. Where am I going to park the car? In Bar Harbor. I don't know. That's a horrible Boston accent. Okay, there's that. Cruise news story number 5. And I still have to tell you about the biggest Powerball win that I've ever had. The Carnival Celebration done got itself a new flag. Carnival Celebration had a flagging ceremony where it joined the Bahamian Maritime Registry yesterday, and it is now flagged in the Bahamas. I think most people know this, but maybe they don't. It's worth maybe saying here that most cruise ships, save one, all cruise ships are basically foreign flagged vessels. They will be flagged in the Bahamas or Liberia or Panama. There's only one U.S. flagged cruise ship. That is Norwegian Cruise Line's Pride of America. And it's a challenge to be flagged in the U.S. It has to meet some stringent guidelines. And so most cruise ships don't meet those stringent guidelines. And honestly, it's advantageous for the cruise lines. It changes the labor dynamic. It changes some of the rules that they have to follow. And so I understand it. I don't know that everybody loves that idea, but that's why we have the affordable cruise vacations that we have, because cruise lines are able to do things like flag their cruise ships in foreign countries. But yeah, so Carnival Celebration, now a Bahamian vessel. Bahamian. How about that? As I mentioned in the intro, Virgin Voyages done it. They got themselves a world record in what, you may ask? Well, I'm going to tell you, but first, let me quickly invite you to subscribe. If you like staying up to date with everything that's going on in cruise losing. Please consider subscribing with the notification bell on. That way you don't miss out on any of these episodes. Yeah, Virgin Voyages, they set themselves a goal and they met it. They wanted the world's record for the largest gathering of merfolk. Merfolk, mermaid and mermen in one place, and they set the record. Now, if that's really what the record is, the largest gathering of merfolk, it's a little deceptive because the people that showed up for it are not really mermaids and mermen. They're not people of the underwater realm. They're not the people of Atlantis, as it were. They're just folks that put on mermen and mermaid costumes, which I love a good mermaid costume and a good merman costume. But regardless of the semantics, they did it. The largest gathering of merfolk ever, and they also had the largest bowl of seaweed salad ever. I don't know if that's true. What do mermen and merwomen eat? What do you think? They can't eat fish. That would seem cannibalistic. Do you think they eat seaweed? Did they have themselves a big kelp flatbread? I don't know. Any insight into mermaid diets? Leave a comment below. All right. I mentioned in the show yesterday that at the time I recorded the show, the Powerball numbers had not been released, and the Powerball was big. It had not been won in 40 drawings. It had amassed a total of $1.9 billion. Not million, $1.9 billion. And by the time the drawing occurred, that number had climbed to $2.04 billion. And well, the winless streak is over. There's been a winner in California, one winner of the $2.04 billion jackpot. Now look, I got myself a piece of the pie. I have notoriously had not good luck when it comes to playing the Powerball. I usually only play it when it gets to be in these crazy numbers like this. But I bought myself 5 quick picks the other day through a kiosk, which I find that to be the easiest way. It's the first time I'd ever used the kiosk instead of standing in line at the counter. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And I bought the things that my mom said. She said to buy the quick pick and buy the double play and buy the power play. So my ticket cost me $4. And on one of those 5 tickets yesterday, I matched 1, 2, 3. 3 of the 6 numbers required to win $2.04 billion. I was 50% of the way there. But you may be asking, what do you get when you match 3 of the numbers? The thing was $2.04 billion. Maybe you get $100,000, $200,000, $7. You get $7 for getting 50% of the way there. However, because of my mother's advice to get the double play, there was a double play multiplier, and the double play multiplier can go all the way up to 10x. So I had a potential of winning $70 for my 3 correct numbers. Well, the double play number was the lowest option at 2x. And so if we do the quick math, 2 times 7, so I have 7 apples one time in a pile, and then I get another pile of 7 apples, and then I add all those together. $14. That's what I got. I almost made my money back. And so I guess I only lost $6 for a chance at $2.04 billion. Again, I'm worried about that much money at one time. Like, you can't. Does anybody have the wherewithal to do the right thing with that much money without going completely insane? I hope the person that won the money is got everything in place to get that money and to live a good life. I would hate to see that amount of money go to somebody and it ruin their lives. Do you play the lottery? What's your biggest Powerball win or scratch-off win? Leave a comment below. And do you eat at the buffet? I see a lot of people eating at the buffet, but I see a lot of people doing some dumb stuff at the buffet. I got this video right here that tells you all about the buffet etiquette, the rules for the buffet. Did you know there was such a thing? Make sure you check out this video next. This is Tony for Lido, Loca, and until the next time, we'll see you on the Lido.